Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Clement, the Merciful. Faithful viewers of Al-Mashafut-Safi min al-Manbah Shafi, the pure fountain emanating from the healing source. Good afternoon again. It is a pleasure to come again to speak about, as I said, the literary production of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba Khadim Rasoul. We started by congratulating all the Muslim community on the occasion of Laylatul Qadr, the night we celebrated yesterday, and wish long life for Sheikh Muhammadul Muntakha Mbacké. Today, as usual, we have chosen one of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba panegyrics. That one we are going to speak with will be divided in two times, today and tomorrow. It is entitled Ala innani usni ala khayri munhimi. It is an important panegyric with so important teaching and many topics. But before coming to the panegyric itself, I want to have a little overview on Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba's writing. You know that Bamba's writing are divided in different periods, in different steps. I can say three. The first one is the panegyrics he has written before the exile. After that, this one he has written during the exile itself, and the panegyric written after the exile. If you take each one of these periods, there are specific themes, specific topics in which Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba dealt with. We have the topic of Ikhlas, Tawheed, Tawakkul, Shukr, repentance, submission to Allah and to His Prophet, prayers to Allah, Tawassul, His love to the Prophet, His companion, the Holy Quran, the glorification of the Prophet, his family, the favors and blessing he himself is granted by Allah, the Lord, the Almighty, among many others. And if you take each period, there are specific themes. This is not the occasion, but perhaps we will have some time, the occasion to come to the different topics or themes related to each period. The poem we are going to deal with today, Ala innani usni, and tomorrow, was written in the while exile. It is the period of the exile, when Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba was deported by the French colonizers from 1895 to the Gabon forests by his enemies, the French colonizers who were here in Senegal. He used his feathers, his poems, as a weapon to fight in the way of God, as weapons for jihad. That is why most of the poems written in that period are called the jihadiyya poems. It is using the poems, using the writing to combat the infidels, to combat the enemies of Allah. In the preamble of this topic, it is very clear that the circumstance is shown by the Sheikh himself. It is a poem of 32 verses, and before we have a preamble, and it is also called a mimiya poem because the ending is always mim. Ala innani usni ala khayri munhimi wala ashtaki lil khalqi min faqdi anhumi. So at the end of every verse you have the ending of mim. That is why the rhyme is the rhyme mim. It is called a mimiya poem. And the metric of the poem is the tawil metric, fahulun mafahilun, as a kind of a measure. This is a specific poem in which Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba himself has shown the circumstances. Right at the beginning, after mentioning the name of Allah, after praying on the Prophet, after asking protection against Satan, Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba has shown in the preamble of the poems what happens, the circumstance, by saying that Allahumma inna ahda'i wa ahdaika alqawni fil barri kama alqaw khalilaka fil nar. وخاطبتها بيا نار كوني بردا وسلاما على إبراهيم. Oh you, my Lord, my enemies and yours have thrown me in the water, in the ocean, as they did with your friend Ibrahim when they threw him on the fire. And it is you who saved Ibrahim by saying, Ya nari kuni bardan wa salaman ala Ibrahim. Oh, the fire, cool down, and peace be on Abraham. Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba called his Lord and telling him that, so those enemies, it is also the enemies of Islam, the enemies of faith, the enemies of Allah. They had thrown Ibrahim on the fire. They had thrown me today on the water. That is what the Sheikh said. But it is you, Allah, who saved Abraham by asking the fire to cool down. So I seek your protection. And then he continued by saying, Ya Rabbi, bihaqqi shahri Ramadan allazi unsila fi al-Quran. On the name of this month of Ramadan in which the Quran was revealed, I want you to help me dominate the sea. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Hayyu, Ya Qayyum. So it is an important circumstance in which it is clear that they wanted the Sheikh to perish in the water. But himself, he asked God's help, God's guidance, God's assistance. That is why, to end, I'm coming to the main theme of that poem, and tomorrow I will go deep down on it. You have the theme of gratitude, the total submission to Allah, never complaining next to human being, an expression of Allah's favors and blessing to him, but minimizing the enemy's hardships and problems because he had seen God, and when you see God, you cannot see another human being. So globally, this is the presentation of the poem, and tomorrow, inshallah, we will go deep down and show you exactly what is mentioned in it by Khadim Rasul. Thank you and have a nice day.